welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about one of the absolute hottest jobs on the market right now, the business analyst. Look, if you're that person who just loves figuring things out, who loves being at the very center of the action, then you are definitely going to want to stick around for this. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll break down what a business analyst actually is beyond the job title. Then we'll be a fly on the wall and see what a day in their life looks like and what kind of tools they use. And of course, we'll get into the good stuff, a step-by-step path for how you can become one and why this career is just exploding right now. Okay, let's get right to it. Forget the fancy title for a second. If you strip it all away, what is a business analyst? At their heart, they're professional problem solvers, the ultimate problem solvers, really. To show you what I mean, let's use an example I think we can all relate to. So picture this, a huge store, right? And they have one big, simple goal, make more money. Simple enough. But how? I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? And this is the exact moment where the business analyst, or BA, becomes the hero of the story. So a really good BA jumps in. First step, define the problem. Okay, increase profits. Got it. Next, they become a data detective. They're digging into everything, what you bought, when you bought it, looking for clues and patterns, and then boom, they spot something. They can actually predict what's going to happen next. They can walk up to their boss and say, hey, look, the data tells me we're going to sell a ton of oranges this Sunday, like 1,000 kilos. We need to make sure they're on the shelves Saturday. And what happens? Sales go up, they don't throw away a bunch of old fruit, and profits? Well, they go way up. That right there is the power of a BA. So, you see, it's way more than just looking at spreadsheets. A business analyst is the person who takes all that messy, confusing data and turns it into pure gold. I mean, into smart, money-making decisions for the company. But, being a data wizard is just one part of the job. There's another role they play that's just as critical, maybe even more so. A great BA is basically the communication hub for the entire company. Yeah, you can read the official definition, but I like to think of it like this. A BA is a human bridge. Seriously, you've got the business folks over here with these big, grand ideas, and then you've got the tech team over there, the ones who actually have to build the thing. The BA, they're standing smack in the middle of that bridge, playing traffic cop and translator to make sure everybody's on the same page. I mean, look at this. It's like they're speaking two totally different languages, right? The business side is all about vision and profit. The tech side is talking about code and databases. The BA is the one who can listen to, we need to improve the customer experience, and translate that into, okay, team, that means we need to build this specific button for the app. They make it real. Okay, so we get the what, but what about the how? Like, what does a BA actually do all day from 9 to 5? Let's take a peek into a typical day. Well, get ready because it's a busy one. It is all about talking and organizing. The day usually kicks off with meetings. Gotta figure out what the bosses want, right? Then it's heads down time, documenting all those requirements in tools like Jira so the tech team knows exactly what to build. After lunch, it's more coordination, making diagrams, checking over plans, and just making sure the coders and the testers are all working together smoothly. So yeah, they wear a lot of hats. They're part strategist, part project manager, and part detective, all rolled into one. They're constantly talking to people, figuring out what's needed, translating it for the techies, writing everything down, and keeping a close eye on progress to make sure the whole train stays on the tracks. All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds cool, but what do I actually need to know to do this? Let's talk skills. Let's open up the BA toolkit. It really boils down to two types of skills. You've got your hard skills, the technical stuff. You've got to be decent with tools like Excel, know some SQL to pull data from databases, and be able to make that data look good with something like Tableau or Power BI. But, and this is a big but, the soft skills are just as, if not more important. You have to be an amazing communicator, a really sharp thinker, and you've got to be able to handle all the different people and their opinions without losing your cool. Okay, now for my favorite part. You're probably thinking you need some fancy computer science or business degree for this, right? Well, here's the best news you'll hear all day. You probably don't. This is a career you can totally build for yourself. I love this idea. It's so true. It's not about what degree you have, it's about how you think. If you're the friend everyone comes to when they have a problem, if you're good at seeing both sides of an argument and finding a middle ground, guess what? You already have the mind of a business analyst. And check this out. Here's a roadmap you can start on today for free. The most important thing here is to do stuff. Don't just read about it. Start a small project. Go online and find business case studies to solve. Watch videos breaking down how businesses work while you're eating dinner. And then try to get an internship to put it all into practice. That's how you build a real profile. So you do all this work. What's the reward? Well, in a world that's basically drowning in data, this role is absolutely exploding. Let's look at why this is such a big deal right now. First off, the demand is just huge. Right now in India, there are something like 42,000 open jobs for business analysts. That is not a typo. Companies are desperately looking for people who can do this. And the pay? It's pretty great. The average starting salary, and I mean starting, is around 7.5 lakhs. And listen, that's just the base pay. That doesn't even include bonuses and all the other perks. And don't think this is just for some tech startup. No way. Every single industry needs BAs. Finance, e-commerce, tech, consulting, you name it. If a company uses data, they need someone to make sense of it. The opportunities are literally everywhere. So let's bring it all home. Think about it. You solve problems all day, every single day. You figure out complex situations, you navigate relationships, you find solutions. You're constantly analyzing and making things work. The real question is, aren't you ready to get paid for it?